Good morning. In this video, we will learn about the strategic analysis tools. What are the various tools that are used for strategic analysis? We know there are so many tools like SWOT analysis, TOS analysis, portfolio analysis, and BCG matrices, which are available for analyzing the strategic policies of your organization. So let us see them one by one. First one is TOS analysis. Since we already had discussed about SWOT analysis, in this video we will discuss TOS analysis first. So what is TOS analysis? TOS analysis is a variant of SWOT analysis and is an acronym for threat, opportunities, weaknesses, and strength. So, similar to SWOT analysis or SWOT, what do you mean by SWOT? We already know that it's the same like strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat of a firm. So, similar to that, a TOS analysis will also involve the identification of an organization's strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. However, often a key criticism of SWOT analysis is that it doesn't show the relationship between the different factors and categories. That is, when you do a SWOT analysis for the organization, you can determine the strength of an organization, you can determine the weakness of an organization, you also can determine the opportunities that are available and the unfavorable threats that are occurring to your organization. But all these variances are mentioned differently and individually. Okay, but in case of TOS analysis, that is an extra advantage that it always compares or it matches the internal factors to external factors. When you take strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat, the first two factors like strength and weakness are known as internal factors, whereas opportunities and threats are known as external factors. So, this TOS analysis will always look to match this internal factors to external factors to help identify relevant strategic options that an organization could pursue. To know this in more detail, let us see the next slide. How can you differentiate or how is this different from SWOT analysis? So when you compare both, you can understand what's the main differences. In SWOT matrix is a planning tool, whereas TOS matrix is an action tool. So SWOT matrix or SWOT analysis is done to plan something, but TOS analysis is done to do something. Okay, in SWOT analysis, you identify all the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats in point form. Plus, you describe all these four variants separately in point form. After that, you think of each point as a singular perspective. So, as I told, each variant is a single perspective and it will have its own view and the action should be planned accordingly. Whereas TOS matrix identify the relationship between these factors and selecting strategies on their basis. That is, strength and weakness are abstract concepts that can be hard to think about without any sort of context. That you compare the strength with opportunity maybe, or you can compare the strength with threat. You can see it clearly in the figure which is shown. You can compare S and O, that is strength and opportunity. You can also compare strength and threat. And the same thing can be done in case of weakness and opportunity and weakness and threat. That means you're comparing your internal factors to your external factor in different ways. If I take, for example, SO, it compares the use of internal strength to exploit external opportunities. You understand? Then, if I take ST, how does it compare? Use of internal strength to avoid or minimize the impact of external threat. So, what should be done or how your internal strength should be used to avoid the impact of external threat? That can be found by using TOS matrix. Whereas in SWOT analysis, you can only know what is the strength of the firm, what is the weakness of the firm, as in case of a single perspective. I hope that's clear. So, as this is a TOS matrix is something which is done or formulated by Haynes Weyrich. He compared strength and weakness of organization with that of market opportunities and threats, thus giving manager multiple strategic choices that the outcome demands. So, when you compare things together, you can easily identify which strategy will be more apt for the organization. Okay, so that is why I told you external factors are opportunities and threats, internal factors are strength and weakness. So when you take TS strategy, those approaches which use the organization's existing strength to reduce being, that is what I told you, S and T, no? What are the internal factors that will help you to minimize your external strength? When you see SW, what are the opportunities which the organization can pursue by surmounting the existing weakness? By tackling the existing weakness, what are the more opportunities outside the organization can be found very easily? So this is a format of TOS analysis in which it can be done very clearly. Okay. Next analysis tool is portfolio analysis. So what do you mean by portfolio analysis? Portfolio analysis is an examination of components included in a mix of products with the purpose of making decisions that are expected to improve overall return. That if you take a production or manufacturing of one single product, that will include so many mix of products. That is, your final finished good will always have a mix of products or mix of raw materials used to produce it. So what happens is that portfolio analysis is something which will help you in examination of the components and like this, the mix of products, and making decisions that are expected to improve the overall profit. Okay, the term applies to the process that allows a manager to recognize better ways to allocate resources with the goal of increasing profit. So if you I will quote an example for this. So like if you are wishing to increase your profit and you have so many different products which are manufactured in the company, and you are in a need to identify which product is giving more profit and has more sales and which product doesn't have. In that case, a manager always tends to use portfolio analysis. I'll explain that in detail in the coming slides. It might also refer to an investment portfolio composed by securities. Okay. So what is portfolio analysis? Simply, in simple terms, what does it mean? Okay. When a company markets a range of different products or services, it is required to conduct portfolio analysis periodically. This means to analyze each product separately in terms of profitability, contribution to company's income, and growth potential. This analysis facilitates the identification of products that are not profitable at all or play poorly within the group. So if you would say, if you take an example of a very big manufacturing organization which offers so or produces so many products and offers so many services to the outside world, but you think sometimes some products will have good sales, but some products will have a slow pace of sales and sometimes it will be very stagnant. Okay, in that case, every time, every organization should periodically conduct a portfolio analysis so that you can identify very easily which product is not contributing much to your profit and which product is contributing a lot to your company's profit. So that is the main intent of conducting a portfolio analysis. Okay, the products are categorized by predefined criteria such as sales value, market shares, gross profitability, and so many product life cycle, or so many things. Okay, the results could clearly point to the product that should be taken out of the market or simply receive fewer resources. So, if you think there is a product which is using so much of your resources but is not contributing much to your profit, അതായത് ഒരു പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നുണ്ട് ബട്ട് ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് നോട്ട് കോൺട്രിബ്യൂട്ടിംഗ് മച്ച് ടു യുവർ പ്രോഫിറ്റ് ബട്ട് അത് ഒരുപാട് റിസോഴ്സസ് ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് യൂസിങ് സോ മെനി റിസോഴ്സസ് ഇൻ ദാറ്റ് കേസ് you should identify that product and take it out of the market so that it will not affect your profit. Okay, the analysis is made to improve the global portfolio's performance since the ultimate objective is maximizing profit for shareholders. So portfolio analysis is something which is done on the assets or resources or the products for your organization. The ultimate goal of conducting such analysis is to maximize the profit for your shareholders. Is that clear? Now, if I would say or quote a very simple example of a shoe manufacturing company. So, Shine Shoe manufactures and markets 55 models of women's shoe. So, it has 55 models of women's shoe. The general manager realized that sales increased but profitability steadily decreased over the past 2 years. He did not know what happened and he asked a consultant to conduct a portfolio analysis. So the manager is identifying that it is having a increased sale but a stagnant or a steady profitability rate and steady decrease in the profitability rate, and he wanted to know why. Okay, now the study provided some interesting results. So what are the interesting results of portfolio analysis? Let us see. The top 5 models represented 17% of total sales. So it had 55 models of shoes and the top 5 models gave 17% of total sales. However, those 5 were not profitable at all because production costs were too high. Now, the study says it gives only 17%. The top 5 models are only giving 17% of the profit, but the resources and the cost of production used for producing that top 5 model is very high. At the same time, other models were highly profitable, but their sales were negligible within the overall portfolio. So what happened? The top 5 model had used so much of resources, but this profit percentage is only 17. But all other models had very less cost of production, but in the part of taking your overall profit ratio, the profit ratio for other models were less. Okay, the manager decided that the higher investment in marketing and sales efforts should be made in the most profitable models and thus to push the overall profit up. The results were positive and the company improved notably its finances thanks to the insights obtained by portfolio analysis. It means the manager understood that not only for this top 5 models, for all other models something should be done and very good investment should be done in the marketing and for the sales effort for other models also. So this person did that and what happened is the profit of that company eventually started increasing. So why is this happening? How did this happen? That is because he did a portfolio analysis. So portfolio means asset, no? So analyzing your asset and with the aim of increasing your profit is the main goal of portfolio analysis. I hope that's clear. Yes. Now, so we discussed what is TOS analysis. We also discussed what portfolio analysis is. And the last one is BCG matrix. So let us see what BCG or Boston Consulting Group matrix is. Okay, Boston Consulting Group or BCG matrix is a 4-celled matrix, that is 2 into 2 matrix developed by BCG USA. Okay, it's the most renowned corporate portfolio analysis tool. So this is also another portfolio analysis tool which is used. Okay, and it's very famous. It provides a graphic representation for an organization to examine different businesses in its portfolio on the basis of their related market share. And the industry growth rates, it is a two-dimensional analysis of management of SBU, that is strategic business units. In other words, it is a comparative analysis of business potential and the evaluation of environment. So it is a basic 2 into 2 matrix which will graphically represent the organization's different businesses and different assets. Okay. According to this matrix, business could be classified as high or low according to their industry growth rate and relative market share. So, by comparing the industrial growth rate and the relative market share, any business can be classified in under high and low. Okay, so how will you calculate relative market share? SBU sale, that is strategic business unit sale this year, leading competitors sales next year. So that is known as relative market share. Market growth rate is industry sale this year minus industry sale last year. So this year and last year will be compared to know the market growth share. Okay. So this is a layout of or relative market share. How will you distinguish it according to BCG matrix? So it has basic 4 categories or groups which is shown to know the market growth and market share. So that is star, question mark, cash cows and dogs. So these are the 4 groups or categories under which you will classify the business into high or low. Okay. So star, what does star means? High growth and high market share. Okay, star represent business units having large market share in a fast growing industry. They may generate cash, but because of fast growing market, star require huge investment to maintain their lead. So it means it is a business unit or an organization which is having a large market share in a fast growing industry, but for a large market share it has to invest a lot. Okay, net cash flow is usually modest. SBUs located in the cell are attractive as they are located in a robust industry, and these business units are highly competitive in the industry. So it will be located in an attractive business area and it also has a highly competitive industry. So star means basically an industry which has a high growth rate and a high market share. Okay. Cash cows, it has low growth rate but high market share. Cash cow represent business units having a large market share in a mature, slow growing industry. So in case of star, it is a fast growing industry, but in this case it is a slow growing or mature growing industry. Cash cows require little investment and generate cash that can be utilized for investment in other business units. So unlike star, this requires little investment and I can use that cash which is got or which is earned in investing other business units. So this SBUs are the corporation's key source of cash and are specifically the core businesses. So every time you can route the cash which you are earning to other businesses. So this is one of the most important SBUs. Okay, they are the base of an organization. These businesses usually follow stability strategies. When cash cow lose their appeal and move towards deterioration, then a retrenchment policy may be pursued. So when there is some case of slow paced movement towards deterioration, then a retrenchment policy can also be pursued. But in market, it means even if there is very little investment and it is having in a medium or mature or low growing industry, it earns a lot, and that earning is used as an investment in other business units also. So this is low growth and high market share. Next one, question marks. It has high growth but low market share. So question marks represent business units having low relative market share and located in a high growth industry. They require huge amount of cash to maintain or gain market share. They require attention to determine if venture can be viable. So it requires some more attention and it also requires more amount of investment. Question marks are generally new goods and services which have a good commercial perspective. Okay, so when a new good is introduced to a market, it always comes under a question mark strategy in the first stage. There is no specific strategy which can be adopted, and most businesses start as question marks as the company tries to enter a high growth market. So if you are a person who is introducing a product to the market, and in that case you have to invest a lot for advertising it, you have to pay more attention to the product in the market, and you have to take care of all the competitors. In that case, a new entering industry or a business will always come under question marks. Stars is a very high potential business unit. Cash cow is something which is as a usual organization which makes a lot of profit and is investing in so many other business will come under cash cows. Question mark, a new business or a new product to a market will always come under question marks. And the last one, dogs, low growth and low market share. Dog represent businesses having weak market share in low growth markets. They neither generate cash nor require huge amount of cash. Due to low market share, these business units face cost disadvantages. Okay, generally retrenchment strategies are adopted because these firms can gain market share only at the expense of competitors, rival firm. In case of any flaw from the competitor's firm, this person or this business units will always require or get cash. So unless a dog has some other strategic aim, it should be liquidated if there is a fewer prospects for it to gain market share. So in case most of the low growth businesses will come under dogs category. Okay, so number of dogs should be avoided and minimized in an organization. So any product which is not having any growth in the market and which always is placed in a low growth low market share, that product should be avoided to avoid loss to the organization. Is that clear? So we discussed the 4 categories of BCG matrix. Okay, and there are certain limitations of BCG matrix as well. So what are they? So the BCG matrix produces a framework for allocating resources among different business units and make it possible to compare many business units at a glance. Okay, so when you categorize all the business unit under this 4 categories, it's very useful for others to identify which type of business is this and what type of products are there. BCG matrix classify business as low and high, but generally businesses can be medium also. Thus the true nature of business may not be reflected. Yes, that is very true, because some businesses will be in a medium range which is not producing very high cash or doesn't have a very high cash flow, but has a medium level. So that is the true nature cannot be reflected. So that's one limitation. Market is not clearly defined in this model. Yes, that is also one limitation. And at times dogs may help other business in gaining competitive advantage. They can earn even more than cash cows sometimes. So you cannot always say that in any industry which is placed in dog category cannot earn at all. And sometimes they will be the person who is helping other businesses to gain competitive advantage. So that is one other limitation. This four-celled approach is considered as to be too simplistic. You are just categorizing according to the market share and the growth rate. So it cannot be always true, and the true nature or the true position of the company cannot be always known. So these are the limitations of BCG matrix. And with this, I think we had discussed the 3 main strategic analysis tools, and I hope you all understood what we went through. And that is all for today's video. Thank you.